Let's talk Pittsburgh Steelers and A.J. Brown because it's the trade that everybody wants to dive into. It's the one everybody hopes happens. It's the one that may be least likely to happen, but we'll go through it all and explain what realistically the Steelers would give up for him, that they would call for him, and that at the end of the day, if the Pittsburgh Steelers want a star wide receiver and want to shoot for the stars in doing so, you don't actually rule out A.J. Brown, no matter how many times Eagles fans will tell you or tell me, oh, the dead cap is too big. A.J. Brown isn't worth the money. Well, maybe he is. And maybe getting rid of him is a solution for the Philadelphia Eagles and a solution to their wide receiver problem for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's going on, everybody? I'm Noah Strackbine. Thank you for jumping on to Steelers to Go, your daily dose of Pittsburgh Steelers news and analysis. Find us on youtube.com/all Steelers talkers. Subscribe anywhere you get your podcast. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they're looking for a wide receiver. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, they want a wideout before the trade deadline. There is no direct indication on who or what it would be and cost. And well, you got to think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are shooting big. They're not looking for another Scotty Miller. They're not looking for another Mike Williams. They're not looking for another Roman Wilson. They're looking for a starter, somebody to work next to Calvin Austin and DK Metcalf to come in here and say, I'm going to be that guy and I'm going to play and I'm going to be an impact player and maybe the missing piece to your Super Bowl run. That's what the Pittsburgh Steelers are truly looking for. And when it comes to those truly looking for players, there's only a few. You can run through the list of Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Jalen Waddle, and maybe, just maybe, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles do not have a great relationship. Things are going south real fast. This seems to be every single season that A.J. Brown and the Eagles have troubles and nobody really knows why. And we're sitting around going, I mean, is it Jalen Hurts? Is it the offense? Is it just A.J. Brown? Is he full of drama? What's going on here? And I think that the risk that A.J. Brown is just drama is there. I definitely get that risk. And the Steelers just cleaned house of all the quote-unquote drama that they could come up with over the last two seasons to say we are drama-free. We are now a brand new football team with the right attitude. And I'm going to be honest, it's been a long time since you walked through the Steelers locker room. And no, not everybody is particularly friendly, but it's been a long time since you've walked through that locker room, looked around and said, nobody here is real dramatic. Nobody here is dramatic in the wrong way. You don't look in a corner and go, that guy's going to cause problems once things start going wrong this season. You look at a group of guys who play really hard, who fight through injuries, who are team-oriented and obviously self-oriented, but self-oriented in the right way. They understand that they are top dog and they want to be top dog because they've earned that place, but they play like it. You have a bunch of guys who want to win football games. And A.J. Brown wants to win football games. There's no questions about it. So what would the Steelers do if they called and they said, hey, Howie Roseman, this is Omar Khan. Let's talk about a trade for a wide receiver. The Steelers would, first of all, call. Let's not act like they wouldn't. Anybody who's sitting around saying they wouldn't even call the Philadelphia Eagles, yeah, just like they wouldn't call the Miami Dolphins twice, just like they wouldn't call the Washington Commanders looking for Terry McLaurin like they did, just like they wouldn't call the New Orleans Saints like they were looking for Chris Olave like they did, just like they didn't call the San Francisco 49ers a million times looking for Brandon Ayuk like they did, or the Seattle Seahawks looking for DK Metcalf like they did. The Steelers have been aggressive all season for the last 2 years, this year particularly. And I'm telling you right now, the Steelers are going to call the Philadelphia Eagles. It is so hard to imagine that they are not going to call the Philadelphia Eagles. And when they do, it will not be the ridiculous trade that CBS Sports tossed out there of Pat Freiermuth, Alex Highsmith, and a third-round pick for one wide receiver. That is the worst hands-down trade I have ever heard of. It makes zero sense. None whatsoever. The Steelers wouldn't even consider it. And if you told them, hey, this is the counteroffer, Pat, Alex, and a third for A.J. Brown, Omar Khan might hang up on you before he even laughs at you. No chance. But they will call. and they will be open to it. And they'll be open to it because A.J. Brown cost $17.5 million this season, and he only cost 23.3 next year, and he cost 22.7 the year after, and he cost 27.5 the year after that, and 29.3 the year after that. A.J. Brown, up until he's age 32, can come to the Pittsburgh Steelers, make less money than DK Metcalf, will likely need some sort of pay raise, obviously, but it's not going to be a lot. You're going to get him to $30 million. And then him and DK are, well, making pretty good money, but the Steelers aren't drowning in it because they're set up pretty okay to pay that type of money over the next couple of seasons. The Steelers would offer most likely a second round pick for AJ Brown. They look at him and say he's 28 years old. That's not ideal, but we're in Super Bowl mode right now. And I've said that 100 times. The Steelers are in Super Bowl mode, which means that they are willing to overpay just a little bit for a piece that they feel brings them over the top. And A.J. Brown brings them over the top because A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf standing next to each other are two of the scariest names in football at the wide receiver position. They did it at Ole Miss, and they looked ridiculous, and DK's only gotten better. And guess what? A.J. Brown has only gotten better. You got to imagine that A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf, with Aaron Rodgers throwing them the football, is a match made in heaven. Something that, I mean, I don't think Aaron Rodgers has ever had in his career, but I don't think most people have ever had two wide receivers that are so physically elite as A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf. I think the Steelers would give up a second round pick, but that's not where they'd start. They would start lower. They would have the conversations of a third. They would have the conversations of a fourth and a player. That player's not Alex Highsmith. Let's throw that right out the window. I don't know if it'd be Pat Freiermuth. I don't think it would be. I don't think the Steelers have any interest in trading Pat. I wouldn't have any interest in trading Pat Freiermuth. I don't feel as if that benefits the Steelers the way that everybody wants it to. I truly believe that the Steelers would give up a fourth and a wide receiver, an unknown, unnamed wide receiver, a fourth and maybe a couple of guys, but I don't think they'd get any crazier than that. And I think that when it all settles, the Steelers are going to be looking at the trade market and say, I mean, we could give up a second for Jalen Waddle, or we could give up a second for A.J. Brown. And if both of them are coming to Pittsburgh and they cost the same amount of money, we might as well go get A.J. Brown. And that's the right decision to make, because A.J. Brown certainly makes you a Super Bowl contender. He just won a Super Bowl, and you got to be thinking that if he doesn't like his quarterback in Philadelphia and the opportunities that he's getting, he should look at DK Metcalf's stat line and say, I could probably do something with that. Aaron Rodgers feels like a quarterback that I'd be all in on. That'd be fine. What's up, AST Nation? I've teamed up with DraftKings. The next great touchdown is coming. You can bet on it. And the best way to do so is through DraftKings Sportsbook, where new customers who bet $5 get $300 in bonus bets plus 3 months of NBA League Pass. That means new customers turn $5 into $300 if your bet wins in bonus bets. The crown is yours. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen. Then use your bonus bets to stay in on the action and bet DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. And don't worry, if sports betting is not yet available in your state, you're fine. You can still join in on all of the fun with DraftKings daily fantasy sports and have the shot to win cash prizes. New customers who bet $5 get $300 in bonus bets and 3 months of NBA League Pass if your bet wins. Sign up using my promo code ALLSteelers and get in on the action. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm not ruling out A.J. Brown. I'm not. Do I think it's crazy that everybody is tossing out these trades that make absolutely no sense? Yeah, for sure. I think when it comes down to it and the trade market is what it is, people have no idea what they'd be willing to give up. But the Steelers have not been crazy with their trades. They gave up a second-round pick for DK Metcalf, okay? They gave up Minka Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey, and they gave up a fifth for Jonnu Smith. All of them have been pretty reasonable picks. Every single one of them. I would imagine it's reasonable. Once again, it is a reasonable second round pick for AJ Brown. And I think it makes a lot of sense for the Steelers. I mean, it doesn't make a ton of sense for the Philadelphia Eagles, who have an out next year with only $31 million in dead cap. But heck, if they could get a second round pick, maybe a second round pick in Roman Wilson, who knows? And they could say, well, we tried and we got to figure it out this year. And it puts a damper on our Super Bowl hopes, but it really helps the Steelers. I mean, why would you say no? You don't say no. AJ Brown in Pittsburgh makes some sense. Don't rule it out just yet. Don't say it's going to happen because I'm not guaranteeing anything is going to. What I am saying is that the ridiculous trades that are being tossed out there that make you think, that would never happen. Don't listen to them. Put them into your own perspective and say, would the Steelers call for a wide receiver that doesn't even hit $30 million in cap space by the time his contract ends at 32 years old? Yes. The answer is yes, especially when they're looking to win a Super Bowl. No questions asked. Thank you guys so much for jumping on to another episode of Steelers to Go, your daily dose of Pittsburgh Steelers news and analysis. Find us on youtube.com/all Steelers talkers. Subscribe anywhere you get your podcast. Please, 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 if you're watching this on YouTube, go hit that like button before you head out of here. Really appreciate it. And with that said, I will be back later for the flagship show. Until then, enjoy another beautiful day in the Burgh. Peace.